Welcome back. Thank you
And
for
we're
holding
back.
through our break.
Yay.
We had con
Strategic
registration
con.
to take care of.
Yay.
Nerds.
I got into Tomes' game. That's all that matters.
I'm playing For the Queen with Tomes on Friday. So that's
Nice.
cool. I'm very excited about that.
All right, so when we last left our heroes, the human was tripping ball and being drugged by his vampire friend.
Vampire Dad.
Through
Vampire Dad.
Vampire Dad.
Vampire Daddy.
Through the forest. And with him is the sheriff of the vampires in Louisiana, of this parish, rather. And she is dragging the Feyblood person, Liam. They are leaving the fight at Merlot's, which, by the way, Frankie, that's weird that she's leaving those vampires behind, her friends and followers, etc.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we have a panther that is running off into the forest as well.
Yeah.
We are crossing the threshold and going into the next chapter. Because now we're basically going to need to confront the ordeal. I feel like we're hitting the climax. For those of you that play the game as written, you would have to do a successful move that represents crossing the threshold. But, you know, as a novelist and as game creator, I can bypass those rules.
I do whatever I want.
So, and plus we use some plot points, which help drive it along.
Yeah.
So the ordeal, chapter 4, chapter 5, by the way, isn't a chapter so much as it is a wrap up where we dictate everything that happens with the characters. Because whatever your arc is at the end of chapter 4, that's how your character ends, right? Or rises or falls or however that goes. So the ordeal is a chapter about confronting. We're confronting oh no, I skipped a chapter. We were doing the test. And now we're in the ordeal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even if not, that's what we're going to do given the time constraint. So this is good. So we're confronting the ordeal of the entire game, which, as I interpret it, is dealing with integration and everybody playing nice together. That there's some complications that happened. So once the ordeal is confronted, we'll take the road back into our last chapter. We'll go. That's the situation.
New
What are you
motivation.
doing? New motivations and another plot point.
Oh yeah, motivation.
Well, I didn't die
Yay!
yet.
I feel like my motivation still stands. Does it have to change?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it as to protect my meal ticket. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change it to confront Maribel.
I'm going to go with rescue Liam and not die.
So you're hot on the trail. You know what
Yes.
he smells like with all
Yep.
the blood anyway.
Yep.
I'm gonna say confront Dad.
Nice.
So you said we're in the ordeal now, which is
Yeah.
like the big Act 3 thing, and then the final
Right.
chapter is like the wrap up stuff.
Mhm.
Right.
All
We skip some corners, which we have to do in a one shot sometimes. But yeah, that's where we are.
What? I followed Maribel. Where did she go? Where are we?
She's taking you into an old abandoned ranch house.
Okay.
That is on the bayou, and she's taking you in there, and there is a concrete basement underneath that. That's built into the ground. You know, you're not actually in the bayou. You're on the edge. It's not like built into the swamp or anything. But
Okay.
she's built. There's this concrete bunker in there, and that's where she's taking all y'all. And you've never seen this place. You didn't know it existed. It's way off of where the manor house is.
Mm-hmm.
And she is, throwing Liam into the bunker, grabbing the human food too from you, and throwing Michael in there. And she points down, and she's like pissed.
When she
Get in there, sweetie, if you want to live.
What the fuck, Maribel?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it me that fucking butchered a man from the authority? Get in the fucking bunker! She's like now going to grab you.
Yeah, she's shoving me in there.
Yeah. You can allow it, or you can resist her.
Is she coming too? Or is
Yeah.
she just like throwing me in
Yeah,
there?
she's like making sure you're in there before she gets in there.
Okay, yeah, I will make sure that she comes with me though. Like I'm not going to let
And-
her just throw me in there and shut the door.
Yeah, so Luna, you come in, you arrive at this place. You've been following the scent, and Maribel and Frankie are going into this bunker inside this house.
What do the doors look like to this bunker? Like when she closes that door, it's not going to open until she opens it, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's one of those like sealing it with the wheel and blocks the bunker.
Okay.
Like a submarine door.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
has to be light tight.
Yeah. So I think. So are you two arguing, or did you say what the fuck and she's like throwing you in
arguing.
the?
Yeah, we're arguing in the doorway.
Okay.
You're arriving at the point where she's throwing him in, and they're both kind of going in at the same time.
I think we become a like you know how a snowball gains snow as it rolls. We become a tiger vampire ball. Like I jump into.
Oh, you just jump on us?
And then like we roll down into the.
What's your motivation? Why are you doing that? What are you trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to rescue Liam, and I know Liam's in there. And the only way to get in there is to just be reckless because I'm falling, and just head first into the problem.
So you want to use a falling move and force your will?
I
Well, no, that's
feel
with
like
the personality. No, you're lashing out.
I feel like I'm lashing out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm definitely
Using
lashing out.
violence to solve the problem. Yes. that's
Yes,
what you
and
do.
using violence to solve this problem.
Yeah. All right. So that's
I'm-
that's instinct.
So
I feel bad
four,
for even just my character.
8. We have a +2 to instinct, so it's an 8.
All right. So then you were confronting sheriff is an asshole. I'm assuming, or what?
Yeah, I think sheriff is an asshole
Sure.
because the sheriff is an asshole.
And on an 8. Okay. So, all right. So
So
you
it's
you gain an arc.
Plus
You've
an
resolved that conflict.
arc. Okay.
You get a plot point.
Yay. plot
And
points.
and so yes, you all tumble in. You don't know where force came from, Frankie, but something hits you from behind.
Yeah.
However, you smell it, and
Yeah.
you're suddenly inside the bunker. And Maribel is all of her southern veneer is gone. You know, her dress is ripped and torn. Her hair is, and she has the panther in a chokehold underneath her. This large panther, and there's this very small woman grabbing, and her fangs are out. She's wild, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. What now?
Yeah. So can I use a plot point and take narrative control?
Please do.
Okay. So we all roll in, right? And I'm just sitting down and like my clothes are torn and everything, and I just met my dad, and this lady that stole my money is now a panther. And I was just telling him I had like the worst day ever, but little did I realize that my day was just beginning. So we get to this cement floor, and I'm like not even looking at the shit that's going on around me because I'm still tripping balls. But I'm like sitting there crying, and I'm like, just kind of yelling to myself, like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this happening to me? Where's my money? Fucking shit! That's what I'm doing.
Well, you don't need to spend a plot point for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you want to introduce plot elements, or if you want to introduce something else that's happening, that's when you spend it. So that's just what your character is doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what I don't know. I guess I could be like try to say something to him, be like, resolve the dad thing, and confront Frankie and be like, and so I'll be like, and where the hell have you been? And why do you look just like me? It's been 30 years. What the hell's going on here?
we're a little fucking busy right now. Do you think maybe we can... look, I'll admit there's a resemblance, but we're going to talk about that later.
So
yeah, if there's a later. Just
can I
saying.
spend a plot point? Okay, so oh, that goes not up to 5, down to 3. There we go. So I'm there. I'm under the Maribel's like holding me down in tiger form. Michael is like yelling at Frankie about being his dad. And we didn't get the door closed at the top when we rolled down.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad, Panther, followed my scent here. And so the Panther pack is at the door of the bunker.
Whichever's left
What's
of it.
left of it.
How many are there?
Let's say there's like 4. There's four Panthers
So
outside.
they peeled off from the fight to
Yeah.
track you down.
Like, Dad probably was like, oh my gosh, my daughter's scent went off this way with some vampires. Like, we have to go. So they peeled off from the fight to follow this.
Okay. So Maribel just sort of like she's about to probably rip you apart, and then she looks up. Then she looks to Frankie. Are you
Maribel?
going to take care of them, or are we going to have to do this ourselves?
Maybe if you give them back their little kitten, they'll go away.
I kind of growl. Because you called me a kitten.
There's
Can I
There's
spin
a-
a plot point?
There's a large panther head coming in, and yes, please do. As the panther is advancing.
I'm gonna come up behind Frankie, and my blood-soaked hand that got staked a little while ago, reach it around from behind him and put it right over his mouth, and just say, "Drink."
Oh, shit.
Shit. Yeah, I mean, we've had a rough day. I'm not injured. I think I'm gonna satiate.
Okay.
I mean, that sounds
Satiate
like what you
just
do when you drink blood, right?
What are you trying? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get fairy blood in him, so when I unleash some sunlight in a minute, it doesn't kill him.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's
So,
protect myself.
so but here's how the roll is. That you get to choose whether or not you take his command, or you can roll against not doing it. if you
Oh,
don't
that's
want
right.
to.
So if you want to, you don't have to
Yeah,
roll at
so
all.
you know what? I'll just go. I mean, he just stuffed blood in my mouth. I just did a big run. We were in a stressful situation. My
Great.
fangs for sure
I'm
come
gonna-
out.
I just turned into a vampire, and now I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Vampire.
You're not a
You're not a
vampire.
vampire. No, you're just high
You're
on
just
vampire
high.
blood.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to
okay.
kill me by drinking out of my for a
You,
second.
you just took LSD steroids is all.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm like, I just got here.
Maribel is really pissed off that you're drinking this blood right now, and she takes him and throws him against the side of the bunker and just jumps up to attack this panther that's coming in.
She tries to
And-
pull Liam away from me.
Yeah, she's trying to pull him away, and she's like, she gives you a fuck you look, and just starts jumping up to grab the panther.
I think I'm gonna attack Maribel.
Are you lashing out? Or are you
Yeah.
protecting yourself?
Would it count as protecting myself if I was trying to keep her from throwing him? Or would that be lashing out? Because I'm rising.
No, I think that's for your motivation is to protect him. So
Yeah.
that's rising still.
Okay. So I will protect myself, and I am going to try to knock her out and throw her at the Panthers.
Okay.
All right. God damn it! 6.
All right.
I'm not good at this.
All right. So you lose an arc.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I am falling.
As you try to go after her, She just like you can't even anticipate how quickly she moves. I mean, she's got you in a throat, and she says, "I wish I was your sire." And then she slams you into the back, like breaks down some of the rock, and she is up, and she is now wrestling with this panther, and there's a fight going on up there, outside of the bunker.
Yeah. Family.
What now?
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna get back on my feet and run up and try to help eat Maribel.
All right. So you're also doing a protect. Are you rising or falling?
I'm falling.
So a lashing out meaning that would be if you're helping your family. That's really a rising move.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's a different motivation at play.
I think I'm just pissed off at her. Like, it's not that I'm trying to protect the family. It's more like, how dare this bitch, like, overpower me? Like, it's more of a like, fight or flight instinct, and it's definitely fight. Like, fuck you, I'm gonna eat your face.
You're confronting the supernatural?
Definitely. And I'm lashing out. Because I'm falling. Reroll. Oh. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh,
Wow.
You have narrative control. What happens?
So I think we
and
see.
You have a plot point.
Yeah, I think we see Luna jump to her feet, run up the stairs, and leap onto the back of Maribel because she's distracted by the other four panthers. She gets knocked to the ground, and then I think all 5 panthers just jump on her and start tearing her apart.
Yeah, and you also you're following in one more now.
Yeah.
Because you succeeded at a falling move.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this ends her, right? Eventually the vampire explodes.
Yeah.
Well, now. What's all this then? We got Panthers in Louisiana? Sheriff Underhill.
Oh,
is right
God.
there.
Are you gonna do the?
Yeah.
Get down, or whatever it is.
So Sheriff Underhill's there. His deputies, they have rifles out, they have guns out, and he's looking there cool as molasses. That's an expression. He's kind of just very satisfied with himself. Well, now I see how this integration's going down. Y'all kill each other.
Listen, Sheriff, he's like, he gets up and cracks, and he's like bleeding. He's like, they're, as you can see, the integration's going fine. Just a little, internal affair that we had to settle. As you can see,
now, we took care of all of them people, or if you want to call them that, back at Marlot's, and now we're just going to finish up the job, boys.
Sheriff.
Are you going to try to glamour him?
No, I'm going to try to appeal to his want for peace. You said you took care of all of the folks back at Merlot's, right?
Well, he's about to deliver a command where a bunch of bullets are going to be unleashed. So you have got to stop him from doing that. How are you doing that?
How would you like the new vampire sheriff, to be an ally rather than a constant problem?
And you are...
you kill me, they just send another one.
Are you doing befriend, or are you doing...
I am falling, so I am... No, fuck.
This is enforce your will.
I'm gonna...
you're rallying.
Either rally or navigate others?
Yeah, rally. Rally makes sense, because you're trying to get him to... Yeah. trying to get them on your side.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wouldn't you rather have someone on your side running the show on the vampire side of things here in Bonton? And I will roll the dice. And I have +0 to this because I'm all personality. All right. Fucking dice. I'm dead.
So can I spend a plot point?
Yes, please.
Okay. So at this point, I think Dad Panther shifts back into human. So he's just a naked man standing there because in True Blood, their clothes don't shift with them.
Naturally.
And so he's standing there covering his stuff, and I think he tries to talk to he and the sheriff start talking, and he starts talking about how his whole family's been members of this community for a long time, and this sheriff's new in town, but the Panthers kind of help the sheriff keep these vampires and everyone else in line. And he starts like trying to talk with the sheriff to try to make it like, no, we're part of enforcing the peace around here. And Dad kind of gives a signal, and the rest of us all shift back to human because it's a lot harder to shoot a human than it is to shoot animals. So Dad kind of makes his signal, and we all turn back to human, and we're all standing there just kind of seeing how the sheriff and Dad's negotiation is going with what Frankie's trying to add to that conversation.
There's a bit of standoff coming on at the top. It looks like maybe some of the deputies are faltering a bit. What about you two? You haven't done much except bleed and get thrown around and
Yeah.
All right. So
Are you rising or falling? As we're concluding
I am
soon.
neutral. I have not made a single.
Oh, you haven't moved. Your arc hasn't changed. That's never happened in this game.
That's very
Crazy.
typical for a res tease, though. Try to roll dice as
I've
little
been in the
as
scenes,
possible.
but I have not triggered any actions.
That's why I'm such a great playtester. Yeah. So okay, looking here at the Fairy True Blood wiki at what abilities they can use. I would like to throw from coming up the bunkers. I kind of peek my head out and see all of these police officers with their rifles and guns aimed at my friends. I just want to lob a light grenade out there
Nice.
of magic,
Awesome.
just to kind of knock them all out.
Because you're protecting your friends, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's well, you're not rising yet, but I guess that's a satiate, which is instinct.
Okay. Let's do that. First roll of the game.
I'm sorry, I never made you roll.
No, it's
Weird.
fine.
Don't say sorry. That's it. You just made it his favorite game ever.
Nice.
That's a 9-11.
You have narrative control. You are rising, and you have a plot point. Well, what happens?
Yeah, so about a softball sized orb of blue light just kind of looks out from the stairwell above the heads of the vampire and the were creatures, kind of right towards the sheriff's face, just so it gets close enough where it can hit him through his sunglasses, and then just kind of explodes in like a nova of blue light, and just all the police are unconscious. Just want to knock them all out, not kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Just knock them all out, and they'll just kind of fall over, drop their guns. I'll just come walking up the stairs. Like, so are we good? Can we wrap this up?
And then you hear from the basement, no! Not good!
All right. I think we can move into the journey home, especially now that we have wrapping up the session anyway. Now, given that your character is rising or falling, you get to narrate sort of the long-term outcome, and we're not going to play this again. So, what's the long-term outcome of your? I mean, Kurt, you did kill a maid guy. Basically, he was from the Authority.
Yeah.
Redhead.
Yeah.
So you keep that in mind. And then, the Panthers did beat the vampires, so keep that in mind. And then it's all on you. You tell me how your character ends, based on whether they're rising or falling at this moment.
I guess I'm rising. I mean, that's weird. I think my character does not have a happy ending though.
You can veto.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm looking at Liam. I'm not rising. What am I? Oh, I am falling. Haha. I do have a sad ending.
I kind of want to see what Michael's
I was gonna say
story
the same
is
thing.
first.
Not so naive, are you now?
No.
So what does Michael's journey look like?
Well, I'm also falling.
Mm-hmm.
I would say his long-term effects from this was all very what was I was in town for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Never resolved the daddy issues. I basically get my vehicle fixed, never get my money back.
It was worth the $26.
$26. Yeah, this shit was not worth it, man.
I want my $2.
He moves back to the city and basically loses his job.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
Just can't.
Does he end up with a V addiction?
Yeah. He's on the streets, like, warning people about like crazy. He's like,
he's a fellowship.
I was gonna say, do you join the Fellowship of the Sun and become very anti-vampire?
Whatever, yeah, it's like something very radical where I'm like just basically walking around the streets of New York with like a poster board, like the end of the world's coming. While I'm like taking little vials of like V wherever I can get it, you know. My tie, I'm still trying to wear this tie that's all bloodied, but I've got like none of my suit left. I'm wearing like makeshift soda bottle sandals.
Oh gosh. Poor Michael.
My car. I live out of my car, which it never got fixed. You guys ended up just like having it hauled to New York for like get it out of,
get rid of evidence.
Well, no, just for compensance, like just to make
make the problem go away. Yeah.
Yeah. That
sounds like a great life.
A dude that lost his shit because he's went in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Hey, that's what happens when humans try to mess with the supernatural community.
That's right. Awesome. All right. So who wants to take the next denouement?
I think Luna kind of gets dragged back into pack politics because we pissed off the vampires by having the big fight in the bar, and so now there's this like vampire panther territory war going on over Bonton, and so Luna kind of ends up back as part of the trailer park pack, fighting this ongoing war with the vampires, and is just kind of hating because I'm falling. So I think she's just kind of like basically got sucked back into all of that stuff that she was trying to pull herself away from because of the incident in the bar that night.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Liam is basically set up to be an awesome character in the sequels. Because he goes through the whole first book just kind of being the victim. Like, oh man, that guy he's worthless. He just gets captured and he doesn't really serve a purpose. But then at the very last of the book, they're like, oh wow, he's got some chops. He's got some powers that nobody was really anticipating. So I think for Liam, he's just gonna continue to hang out in Bonton and, you know, kind of be the because he's good friends with best friends now with Luna and Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're kind of the neutral territory between the two sides.
Yeah. So he's kind of in the middle between the stinky were kitties and the pretentious vampire people, and he's great friends with both sides. And now the readers have seen that he's not just a helpless victim, and just because he doesn't want to fight doesn't mean he can't. Yeah. So I think Liam he's set up pretty good now. He's just living in the motel, just living in the motel, just like when it came in, it fades out on him, sprawled out on the middle of his bed watching TV.
All right, Frankie.
I'm trying to think of what the worst thing could be for Frankie, and I don't think it's like meeting the sun or anything like that. That would still fit into finding his freedom. So I think I think he goes to the meeting to try to prove that he should be the new sheriff, and it like they know everything, right? They know what happened. Somebody, like, they've got one of the Panthers there or something, like one of the ones that was there, or one of the deputies, right, is there all drugged out on V and told him everything. And
Liam will vouch for you.
and he's like, they put in a new sheriff and keep him as a pet. Like they drag him around, make him sing, and like he's just like, he's locked in, and they keep really close eye on him so he doesn't get his fairy blood anymore, so he can't even go out.
Do they have him on like one of those things in the last season with like the steak machine?
Oh yeah.
That's wired up to, that they could like monitor you and stake you by pushing a button.
Well, I didn't watch the last season, but that sounds about right. Like he's definitely in like he's definitely on some sort of like house arrest situation where he has no freedom, and it's all just. And I think they keep telling him they're gonna get it because now he knows he has a son out there. But they keep feeding him, like, look what your son, what's going on with your, like, showing him this crazy stuff that's happening, and they're like, if you just do this thing, we'll take care of him, we'll help him out. And then every time they lie and they don't do it.
Constant just videos of me dumpster diving and stuff, and like.
Yeah. So it's like motivation to get him to do stuff, and then he can't ever get out of that. So awesome. He's still there. He's Reek now for next season.
All right, that's just chapter 5.
Yeah.
True Blood, the great American novel.
Good game, guys.
Yeah. You did it. I think we had all the tropes in there.
Yeah. I loved Michael so much. I loved how just completely naive and like there's a big war going on and you're like, but what about me?
I'm having the worst day.
So great. Oh,
my $26.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of assumed you're gonna.
Oh, we lost your audio for a second.
We lost your audio. What was that?
Yeah, we lost.
I said I kind of assumed you'd kill the guy from the Authority, but yeah, you killed the guy from the Authority.
Yep, that's my bad. Yeah, that was very good. Thank you so much, Chris, for running for us. This was so much fun.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love the Great American Novel, and I've said it several times, but GAN is my favorite PBTA hack. It's I absolutely love this system, and I'm very excited to get to play it whenever I can.
Yeah, this is really fun.
And it never gets old running it. So
it never does. It never gets old playing it because it's always a different story and it's a different feel every time you play it. So it's great. I love this game so much.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I like it. It's like a lot of story stuff I'm not used to.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just say what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And then try to figure out how to do something without rolling dice.
Oh, isn't that your motivation in all games? Figure out how you can game the system and never have to roll dice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you managed to achieve that this time,
Yeah.
almost.
Very successfully. I mean, the one die roll you did was, to save everyone's ass. So if you're going to save it,
And he
save it
rolled
for that.
He rolled like an 11 or something.
Yeah.
My dice were trying to kill me.
They were. They were definitely.
Yeah, it
rolled-
was a bad day. It was a
I
bad day
rolled
for you.
sub 7 every time.
Like father, like son. Just having a really bad day.
Yeah, it just did
Yeah.
not go my way at all. And I could not navigate a way to make myself roll personality, which I had tons of points. Like, all my points were in personality. I think I made one personality roll at the very beginning. That was it.
Oh,
But this was really fun.
awesome. Well,
Yeah,
thank you
I
guys
felt
so
like True
much.
Blood, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today. Head back tonight to the channel at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or as I like to call it, Pixel Scandal Time. And watch our Nerdcast tonight. And thank you so much for watching.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
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 Love you.